Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing amazing. So for today's video, we are going to be continuing our ACOTAR journey by reading A Court of Mist and Fury. I have such high hopes because I've actually heard that this is a lot of people's favourite within the series. So I really hope it lives up to expectations. Obviously, I done the reading vlog of A Court of Thorns and Roses, so I'll tag that up there. But just be aware that that video and this video will be including spoilers because I do feel like a majority of people have read this and I'm like last on the bandwagon. So I don't actually have any theories for this book because I absolutely have no clue. But looking on the blurb, it seems like we're carrying on from book one where Feyre made a deal with Rhysand, and it seems like Feyre might be attending the night call a lot more often. So we'll see how Feyre and Rhysand get on. Now, from my first reading vlog, you will know that I like Tamlin, and I have a feeling he's going to get his heart broken. But without further ado, let's just jump into it. Okay, so I've just finished chapter 2, about to start chapter 3, and we have already had a spicy scene. Chapter 2, that has definitely been the quickest spice scene that I have read within a book, but weirdly, I'm not cringed out by it. I don't have the best relationship with spice, but actually, I feel like Sarah J. Maas's way of writing it is not too bad for me. I'm not internally cringing, so there's a plus. Not much has happened so far. We're just recapping basically what's happened in the first book. So yeah, not much to report, but I was like chapter 2 in a spice scene. Maybe I feel like I'm just really innocent. I just feel like that's so soon in a book, but let's carry on. I've just read up to chapter 6. So Feyre, she's a bit of a whinger. I feel like she's got a totally different personality to what it was. Well, not totally different personality, but I feel like she's definitely changed from the first book. And some would say, well, yeah, she's been through a lot, but she's whinging so much. Like, it's actually annoying me just a smidge. But obviously we have gone through the wedding phase. I knew that wasn't going to be a big thing because they rushed that. If that makes sense, like not much description or lead up to the wedding was kind of mentioned. So I had a feeling that Rhysand would jump in right at the last second, which he did. And now we are in the night call. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the biggest story is here because I don't feel like it's just going to be a romance between Feyre and Rhysand. I mean, I do think that's coming. I feel like the tone has definitely shifted in this book, and I don't know if it's necessarily correlating at the moment to what I read in the first book, but I'm interested to see how it pans out. I do feel like they're painting Tamlin as like a bit self-centered and just only cares about himself as such and doesn't actually truly care for Tamlin and what she wants, etc. And they're painting Rhysand to be that person. So I do like Rhysand, don't get me wrong. Like it did make me laugh how we just like showed up at the wedding last minute. So far, so good. I'm about to read chapter 6, page 57. Again, I feel like I'm flying through this. Like I don't want to stop reading, which is always a good sign. So let's just crack on. So Freya is essentially going to become a high lady. That's what I'm assuming. She's obviously going to be like a weapon towards the war. I wonder what her powers are. Oh, I feel like this has just got really good. Also, I'm not sure I trust this Ianthe. I think I've totally butchered her name and I'm sorry. I don't know. She seems a little bit fishy to me. I feel like she's going to do a U-turn or is like playing undercover. I don't trust Ianthe. Not one bit. Okay, guys, Feyre is really annoying me. Like, I just don't like her attitude at all, which is strange because I really liked her in the first one. Rhysand has just taken her back to the Spring Court because her week is now up. And right at the end, in Feyre's point of view, it says, "Before I could spit on him, he vanished." Now, I know this is a book, but spitting is like lowest of the low. Like, that is scum. If you spit at someone, to me, that's just like, that's scum. And I know it's a book, but I don't like her attitude. Yeah, I don't know. She needs to fix herself up. I have just finished chapter 8 and I feel like I need to be a bit of a counsellor here because Tamlin and Feyre are not acting in the correct way. Tamlin, I feel like Tamlin's not coming across very well. And I want to eat my words of saying that I had a sweet spot for him. I feel like I have a sweet spot for Lucian. I don't know what's going on with me. But Tamlin is getting on my nerves. Like, I understand this is how your ancestors used to do it and whatnot. But sometimes change is good. But also Feyre, she has just came in from being a mortal. She can't demand change from the Spring Court's kind of policies. Do you know what I mean? There needs to be a little bit of a middle ground here. And it's not happening. So I don't know how I'm feeling right now with Tamlin and Feyre. Feyre is annoying me just a little bit. I mean, I do get why Feyre is acting a little bit shirty because she went through a lot in the first one, but she could have been dead by now. But then maybe she would have liked to have been dead than been immortal. I don't know. I'm trying to see it from both sides, but also she's just received her first power. She's just gone into Lucian's mind. I feel like she's obviously going to have more than one power, isn't she? Like, she is obviously going to be the weapon that they use to defeat this King of Highburn. But then I feel like we're going to need to be introduced to more courts to understand what their powers are as such. But it's getting juicy and I'm really enjoying it. I don't know where this is going to go though. Like, I don't know how this is going to end. So I'm really excited. There was the mention of Cassian and Asriel, which I've heard those names floating about. I'm assuming they're going to come into the story in a little bit. Yeah, it's getting interesting. Feyre has a physical shield. Man, she is going to be one powerful woman. Feyre has claws. It's all coming out now, isn't it? What I will say at the moment, I'm on a page 118. I do feel like the pace is a lot slower. The main thing happening at the moment is obviously Feyre is going to the Night Court and we are learning about what powers she may have. I'm ready for something big to happen, I think, now. Okay, so Tamlin has shielded the house so she can't go with them on this little trip, like this little adventure. What is the betting? She's gonna be able to overcome that, isn't she? She's gonna be able to leave whenever she wants. She is gonna be more powerful than Tamlin. And then I'm like, maybe that's why he's not telling her that she can be a high lady and things like that, because he knows the power that she may have, but Tamlin wants to be the most powerful. I don't know. I'm getting weird feelings from Tamlin now. What do I do? She's getting out of this shield, isn't she? Okay, ignore me. I know nothing. I don't know why I try and predict these things when I get them wrong all the time. But she didn't shatter it. It was Rhys. I'm starting to like Rhys, you know. He's obviously a good egg. And I have a feeling Tamlin is going to be the bad one because he shouldn't be locking people up like that, should he? I mean, I know it's for her own safety, but she's Fae and he clearly knows that she's more powerful than what she is. We are going to Valaris. So I'm on chapter 16, I think, and we have just formally met Cassian and Asriel. I think I'm going to like Cassian. He seems like a cheeky chappy, but also Feyre, she's a bit of a big. Guys, she's annoying me, and I don't know, I need to try and shift this out of my head. But Cassian has basically said, how did Feyre defeat that big worm in the trials in the first book? And she turns around and says, how the hell did you manage to survive this long without anyone killing you? I'm sorry, you've just met the poor man. I mean, you don't even know him. What do you mean, how has he survived without anyone killing him? He could be a really nice bloke. You don't know. I feel like she just has a lot of hatred in herself at the moment, because I don't think she has a clue what she's talking about. I rolled my eyes at that bit. I'm rolling my eyes. So I have read quite a bit more. I'm now on page 250, chapter 24. Well, I'm about to start chapter 24. And Feyre has just gone back to her mortal home. She's just had a discussion with Nesta and Elaine. Elaine is getting married. I like Nesta. I've heard that people don't like Nesta too much. Don't know what she does. I don't know why. I mean, she's a bit frosty, isn't she? Seems a bit cold, but I actually quite like her. I've just read chapter 26, and the Attar has got Feyre, or he tried to get Feyre, but it turns out that was part of Rhysand's plan, and use Feyre as bait. Poor Feyre, man. I mean, this is why she's so cranky, because she's used as bait. So we found out that the King of Highburn is basically training up his armies, but we have just found out that Feyre can winnowed. Is it winnowed? I think that's how you say it, winnowed, which essentially means she's kind of transported into one place, and she's just going to have every power in the book, isn't she? Like, she can just do everything at the moment. But I love Rhysand. I'm sorry, okay? I know I'm switching sides quicker than you can turn your head left to right, but I just like him. I'm sorry. He's got such a charisma. And now I understand why no one ever talks about Tamlin. Because when you got the likes of Rhysand and Cassian, who the hell was Tamlin? You know? Feyre is still annoying, but we've kind of figured out that the reason why she's acting like this is because she basically, she's just lost. She is void of everything. She just feels like she might have preferred it if maybe she wasn't there. And I can understand why that would change your perception of things, but still, she's a little bit rude. But we're going to carry on. I'm hoping now it's starting to get a little bit juicy. I do have a feeling that the second half of this book is going to be absolutely crazy though. There must be a reason why everyone says this is their favourite book in this series. So I'm going to stop waffling and carry on reading. I'm sorry, but why is it so wholesome that Feyre and the gang are like out on the town? Did not think I'd be reading this in this book, and Adriel wants to go dancing. Like, how wholesome. Feyre and Rhysand has just gone to the summer court. Seems like they're itching to take Feyre back to Tamlin, but now Rhysand is kind of putting them in their place. I think that's where I'm going to leave it for tonight. I've actually read 32 chapters today, 316 pages. So I feel like that's pretty good going. I've actually downloaded the second half of the book, the dramatized version on Audible. I've downloaded that as my credit because I'm actually in the office for the next 3 days and I don't think I'm going to get time to actually read the physical book. So I'm hoping to listen to it while I'm getting ready for work, the commute, my lunch break, etc. Good morning. It is now the next day. I am currently filming before I head to the office for work and I don't know what chapter I'm on because I'm listening to the dramatized audio book, the part 2 version, but it's getting good. So we've now found out that Feyre has like the water power, the water ability. She can move water. And as it stands at the moment, Feyre is currently in Tarquin's mind. Like she's trying to change his thoughts to make him believe that she's like not on a mission and that she's like a very good person and she saved Prithian and I don't know. I feel like the tactics are heating up. I don't know what's going to happen. I actually feel quite sorry for Tarquin. Tarquin's a weird one because I feel like he's coming across as like all nicey, but I don't know if I trust him. Although I feel like I've been saying that about everyone bar Tamlin, and yet he locked Feyre in the house for her not to leave. Although I do feel like I'm second guessing absolutely everyone in this book. If the summer court is neutral, then it's easy for them to backstab people. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't like a neutral stance in this sort of setting. I feel like something's going to go wrong, but I'm going to head to work now. I just kind of wanted to pop on and just like mention something because it's getting really juicy. I feel like I could actually finish this book today while I'm in work, like the audio book, and I have to just kind of calm down because I need to like get my reactions for you guys. I'm going to hopefully still listen to a good chunk today and then come home and we can finish the book together. But also, I just want to pop in and say the dramatized version on Audible, I've never listened to anything like it before. To be fair, I'm fairly new to audiobooks because I can't really listen to audiobooks and do something at the same time. I just get distracted. But I'm really liking this and it's actually keeping me in the story and I'm getting less distracted because obviously it's a dramatised version, so like you can hear the sea, the footsteps, etc. And it's like a full cast and I'm really enjoying it. Just brings it a little bit more to life. Anyway, I've got to head to work, so I will see you in a bit. Hello. I am now back from the office. It's currently 7:30. I have had my dinner. I've got myself sorted and I'm planning to read for the rest of the night. I don't know if we're going to finish this today. That is how much we've got left. I'm on page 441, chapter 45. I am enjoying it. Like, I don't want this to come across like I'm not enjoying it. I am really enjoying it. I don't know if I expected more. I feel like because there's so much hype around this book, I don't know if I have just had my expectations a little bit too high. I don't know. I feel like I thought it would be more action-packed. And while we have had sprinkling of actions within the book, I just thought there'd be more. I'm sorry, but do not get me wrong. I'm totally enjoying this. As mentioned before, I have been listening to the dramatized audiobook and I have made some notes. I've mentioned that Feyre shapeshifted into Tarquin to open the temple doors. So now we have just seen another power that Feyre has. She can bloody shapeshift. Like, she's incredible. So this was when they were going into the temple to try and find the book that they need. I can't remember what the book was, but obviously that was a bit of an action scene where like the water came in and it flooded them, and I squealed when the water wraith saved them. I loved it. Like, it just shows you kindness does pay forward, right? There's me saying that, and I bet the water wraiths turned to be like the biggest enemy in like book 3 or something. So then, because they went into the temple and they defied Tarquin, the Summer Court has now issued them blood rubies, which basically means like a bounty on their head. It's just to give them the heads up that actually sooner or later you're going to die because you've upset the Summer Court. Another note I had is that Feyre is so bloody frisky. She needs to calm down. I mean, I know it's Rhysand, but she's so frisky. Some of the stuff I was actually blushing at, like, what was happening. Then we found out about Jury and Miriam. Sorry, I am going through these really fast paced because I'm assuming you all know what's happening, but these are just the bits in my head that stuck out to me. Have I got that right, that they escaped? And actually they did not die. They are living off in their own little island with their own people, living their best lives. That was a bit of a shock to me. I was like, oh, I must admit, I am getting a little bit confused. And even though I'm loving the audiobook, I do think it's because I'm listening to it and not reading it. Audiobooks for me, I do get distracted very, very easily. I can't do two things at once with an audiobook. I cannot listen and do something else. I just have to solely be listening. So I feel like I am getting a little bit confused with the details, but I'm hoping it all makes sense in the long run. And if not, I can ask you guys. I think it is making sense. I just don't know. I feel like I may have missed some things, but I don't know what those things are. Does that make sense? Also, on the blood rubies, I thought it was a bit weird that Rhys would only knock the guards out and not alter their mind so they forget the whole ordeal. I think they gave the excuse of like he forgot about all the power that was to him and he was just going by his army training and blah blah blah, but I was a bit like, you're supposed to be the most powerful fae in the world and you forgot to erase their memory of what just happened about the temple. I don't know. I feel like that was a bit of a cop out, and I feel like that's a little bit of a plot hole, maybe, because if you're the most powerful fae ever, I don't think that would just slip your mind. And then the queens have come, they've had the discussion with the queens, and basically they're not going to help with the war. Those queens seem mean, you know. Moore gave them a piece of her mind. I really like Moore as a character, actually, so I hope she doesn't turn out to be like a backstabber. And then Faye and Rhysand was flying, and then they had ash arrows flown at them. So I am a little bit further than that. They've just had the Nightfall celebration where there's all orbs and it's actually not stars through the skies, it's like spirits. And now Feyre and Rhysand are dancing, and that is where I finished. So we are now starting on chapter 45. I'm going to carry on listening to it via Audible but reading along at the same time. Really love to finish this today. I'm going to try. Tamlin's father killed Rhysand's mother and sister. The things that go on in this fae world, it's ridiculous. Well, no wonder why they're so frosty towards each other. I'm not being funny. If that was me, as Rhysand, I would not be talking to Tamlin. So I actually think Rhysand's been quite nice to him. The twist, the information that we just keep getting. I should have just carried on reading, shouldn't I? I do this all the time because Rhysand just said that he went with his father to kill Tamlin's father, Lucian. I think I've been saying Lucian, but they're pronounced it Lucian. Anyway, Lucian has found Feyre. Lucian has found Feyre and said that they've been hunting her for 2 months. Oh my god. Another power. She can slow time. Right, I'm sorry. This is where I feel like I've got a bit of an issue because Feyre is saying that Lucian picked Tamlin over her. Obviously. That's like, she's basically a stranger compared to how long Lucian and Tamlin have known each other. And maybe I should be thinking, well, maybe Lucian is just as bad as Tamlin. But Lucian's not going to pick Feyre over Tamlin. And if he did, I would be actually questioning Lucian's morals. She's a human turned fae, and literally for 5 minutes, but she wants everyone to be on her side. Like, no, you're practically a stranger. There's only one bed at the inn. There's only one bed at the inn. They're getting frisky. They're getting really frisky. Who has shot Rhysand with ash arrows? Who has done this to Rhysand? Who? Okay, it was the Highburn soldiers. Mate, I'm assuming the next book is going to be the entire war. And I'm here for it. Rhysand is Feyre's mate. Rhysand is Feyre's mate. Also, why is this Serial being so kind? Like, why is he offering all this information for her? I mean, to me, I feel like the Serial is not supposed to be a nice spirit, but it's coming across as a nice spirit. Rhys is a cutie. Rhys is a cutie. Feyre is a bit of a whinger, guys. I'm sorry. I feel like so many people are going to come for me. But she's a bit of a whinger. His reasoning of why he didn't tell Feyre that they were mates and whatever, I think it's valid. Like, he was just being respectful and, like, letting her find her own way with Tamlin. Why is she being so whingy about it? Like, I get it. She wants to know everything straight away. I just feel like she thinks she's the most important thing in the room. Okay, I've just read chapter 54. He is known that they have been mates since she was human. Oh my god, like how Rhys is a cutie. I don't know if a High Lord can be described as a cutie, but Rhys is a cutie, and oh, that tugged at me. That chapter absolutely tugged at me. I hope this means that Feyre is not going to be whingy again. Like, I hope this means that, you know, she's going to be back to her, like, badass, powerful FMC and not whinging. But that was so damn cute. And I completely forgot about the whole painting the wardrobes in ACOTAR until we just brought it up. But of course, obviously she's done the flames, the flowers, then the night sky. Sorry, I don't think I'm going to get over chapter 54. They are literally going to be like the two most powerful Fae. Who is going to defeat them? Like, how is the Highburn more powerful than Rhys and Feyre together? This is book 2 out of 5 currently. Like, what else is going to go on in this series? Like, this seems absolutely insane. What am I listening to? Chapter 55 with this dramatized audio version. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting the spicy scenes to be so graphic. Anyone who has listened to the dramatized version of this book, part 2, will understand what I'm talking about. Oh god. I like Nesta. Why wouldn't Elaine go to Valaris? Like, what is stopping her? I know she's obviously engaged to someone, but if she knows that there's going to be a war and, you know, the humans could potentially be like under attack, why wouldn't she go to Valaris? I don't know how I feel about Elaine, but I know that I like Nesta. That's all. Also, it was so obvious that the queens were dodgy. They have now got the other half of the book. So let's see what happens. Oh my god, it's all going on. The Highburn army has come to attack, but Feyre has made wolves out of water. She's made water wolves. That's amazing. She's made water wolves. And also, props to that one person who is standing in front of her shop, her gallery, trying to keep everyone safe with a little bit of metal against these soldiers. Oh my god, she's going against the Attar. Feyre just defeated the Attar. That is the action I needed in this book. Oh my god. She is so powerful. When she made those water wolves and then she made them into eagles with talons and... Okay, I just need to carry on. Sorry. Oh my god, it's Sturian. The King of Highburn has just shot Asriel. I don't think Asriel is gonna die. Am I gonna eat my words? I just feel like he's got a bigger part to play. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Tamlin and Lucian, they've been working for the King of Highburn. Oh my god, what a fool I look, because I was like, I have a sweet spot for Tamlin, I have a sweet spot. Sorry? I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. I feel so stupid. What has Tamlin done? Tamlin's crazy. They have Feyre's sisters. I mean, I don't know why. You could tell from the get-go that these queens were dodgy as hell. Is that just me? Like, straight away when they come on the page, I was thinking, these queens, they're not there to help them. They now have favourite sisters. Oh my god, I'm not being funny. I feel like Nesta, not even being Faye, could beat them all up. I know that Nesta has her own book, so I'm assuming Nesta does not die. Elaine, on the other hand, I know nothing about this woman. And there was me saying, I think she's fishy. I think she could potentially die. Although I keep having these predictions and none of them are right. So I bet you any money that she does not die. So, okay, I just need to carry on. But also, Tamlin, what is he even doing? What is he doing with his life? Like, why would he even bargain with the King of Highburn? Yes, I know he might want Feyre. But to do that? To have an army so they can, like, kill all the humans? I don't understand his logic. Feyre can't be that important to break down the wall and to kill all these humans. I understand Feyre now. I understand Feyre. Because why is Lucian just letting this happen? Guys, we knew this. We knew Ianthe was dodgy, didn't we? We said it. We said at the beginning. We said we don't trust her. There's something not right. And now look what's happened. She sold them all out. She's working with the King of Highburn. I don't know why Lucian is being like, she sold us out. She sold Freya's family out. Mate, you're still working with the King of Highburn. You've got no leg to stand on. You can't moan at somebody else when you're literally working alongside the King of Highburn. Elaine is Faye. They're going to turn Nesta into Faye. Lucian and Elaine are mates. They're mates. Why do I have a feeling that Nesta and Cassian are like... There's something between them, isn't there? I thought they would be mates. Not Elaine and Lucian. I feel like I'm getting whiplash. Like, seriously, this is so good. Oh my god, they're no longer bonded. I love Rhysand. I feel so stupid saying I have a sweet spot for Tamlin. Who, just ignore that. Just ignore that in the first vlog. I never said that. But Rhysand. I actually can't tell you how this book has made me feel. Obviously, I don't need to, because majority of people have already felt this book, and now I totally understand why people love this series. She has a second tattoo. She's a high lady. We go to war. Oh my goody gosh. Like, seriously, what have I just read? Honestly, I'm speechless. I'm so sorry. This is going to be just such a rubbish outro because I think I'm speechless. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. That second half and that like last quarter, I could not stop listening. And I know you guys know this because so many people have said, read ACOTAR, read the series. And I'm so sorry, I have not listened to you sooner. The thing is, I just don't know what to rate it. I think I need to like sleep on it and think about it, because in my head with that ending, straight away I'm like, oh my god, that's amazing, that's insane, that's a 5-star. But actually, if I sit back and think about it, I did mention how it was a bit slow at the beginning for me and I expected a bit more. So because of that, maybe I can't rate it a 5-star. But then now I'm like, well, they're just setting up the scene, aren't they? Like, of what was to happen. I think I'm leaning towards a 4.5. This could change at any given moment. I think like later on down the line, if I read the rest of the series, then this might be a 5. I don't know, but all I know is that was absolutely insane. That this was an incredible read. I loved the dramatized audio version that I listened to. It really added so much depth into it. But I'm not sure if I would do it again, just because as I was so I was doing immersive reading, as I was reading along, I noticed that they did skip certain lines, and it would only be like descriptive lines, but I quite like to read those. If that, like with a normal audiobook, it would just say the lines as they are, but because it's quite dramatized, they change it up a little bit, so it's just mainly not mainly dialogue, but just to make it a little bit more cohesive, they skip some sentences out. Don't think I would want to listen to the dramatized version without reading along, because I then got the gist of like what sentences was missed out and whatnot. I definitely need to try and get A Court of Wings and Ruin on my January TBR. Even if it ain't, I will be reading that in January. I have to. I need to know what happens. There's a war. A Court of War and Ruin. There's going to be war and there's going to be ruin. I need to find out what happened. Feyre is the High Lady of the Night Court. What the hell? I feel giddy after reading this. I actually feel giddy. I need to decompress. But on that note, I am going to finish this vlog here. If you did find yourself enjoying this, it would mean so much to me if you could like and subscribe. I would absolutely love to have you. And I would love to know any of your thoughts on A Court of Mist and Fury. I need to talk to people about ACOTAR and ACOMAF now, because I just feel like I've got so much bunched up inside of me. So if you could leave a comment, that would be absolutely amazing. But hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye.